So it's the end of the day, and we have to leave pretty hastily because it's snowing.
It's so bad. It's coming down.
But we just wanted to let you know that parent conferences are next week, and we have a whole interview segment about it. What are the dates, Sam?
They're the 21st and 22nd. The 21st is our evening conferences.
And 22nd's in the morning. And if you want more information, watch the following interview/segment.
Well, with my 25 years experience here at NAHS High School, I think it's essential that there's good communication between teachers and parents. So I think it's necessary for parents to come to conferences.
All right, parent conferences coming up are pretty important. Normally when they take place, the information I give is grades, behavior, how's the student doing in class, strengths, weaknesses, and things like that. It's very important that the parents do come to conferences, kind of gauge a better idea, see how their kid's doing in class, find out, where areas of improvement and areas of strength are.
Every year at parent-teacher conferences, I look forward to meeting the parents or the guardians who come in to see the children more than I do, because it really does take that connection between home and school in order to get them on the right track and make sure that they're doing all that they can in order to succeed.
For the community to connect with the learning community, in order to help students become better students, it's important that there is that connection between teacher and parent. That way there's more of an openness. The more familiar parents are with the teacher, the more honest people can be, and that honesty will help lead to better grades and success in the future.
I think parents should come to the conferences because they get updated on their students' behavior, their grades, and information that's happening at the school.
I think parents need to come to parent conferences. It's important to see your teachers and your kids talk to your parents, and so they know who we are and find out what class we teach and match a name with a face.
I believe that parents and guardians should come to conferences because it's a good way to connect with the teachers and to make sure that your student and your child is on track for academic success.
I think people should come to conferences because it's a great way to meet your teachers, meet your administrators, and form positive relationships between our students' families and NAHS.
At conferences, I review students' grades over the course of the year, and particularly where they stand at that time being. We talk about action plans moving forward and how we can better prepare the students and support them so that if they're borderline, maybe passing or failing, we can do what we need to do as a team to help that individual progress.
I think it's a great way to get involved with your son or daughter's education. I just read something today that they said picture education like a stool, and each of the legs, of the three legs, it's the student, it's a teacher, but then it's the parent. And I think if we all work together involving education, I think then it's the best chance for student success.
Usually want to know is their child's grade, which is usually the starting point, but I also like to talk about things like behaviors and assignment completion, how they interact with me and the other students, and kind of like an overall sense of their child as a student, not just what percent they have.
It's also great for a teacher to provide positive as well as negative so that we know the child as a whole, because every child has something to offer and is special.
I think it's important for them to come, parents, so we can talk to them about grades, behavior, how they're doing in class, and it's usually what I talk about. A good thing, always a positive thing, and if they need trouble or if they have trouble with something, we can work on that.
Most of the time at conferences we'll discuss the students' grades, how they are in class, how their class participation is, and how they're interacting with the other students in class.
In addition to grades, we talk about the respective classroom kind of routines that occur, any issues or behaviorally that might have arisen throughout the year, and then we also create an action plan, hopefully with the parent and the teacher, so that we can again better support the student.
Parent conferences are important. It's important to stay connected to our parents and have that ability to communicate what we are seeing in the classroom about our students, so that everybody knows what's going on and what we can do to support each other.
When a parent comes up, we usually talk about the progress of their student and how they're doing in class, any suggestions that I might have, and to make them more successful in the classroom. And then I also usually ask the parents for their suggestions, that something they might know or an idea they might have, and to to help me do my job better.
At conferences, I generally address any questions or concerns the parents have. Because I teach upperclassmen, sometimes we end up talking about colleges, the application process, what to expect in college, how to be successful in college.
What we try and do is have a communication opportunity with our parents and the schools. This way we have an opportunity to really work with what students need to do here in class. Also talk about the successes and some of the shortcomings that may be occurring in our classroom throughout the building.
Some of the things that we typically talk about at parent-teacher conferences are students' progress, some strengths and weaknesses, study habits, tips for parents on how they can communicate with the teachers, different supports that we use for the students. So there's a wide variety of discussions that go on at parent-teacher conferences.